Today I'm going to be going over my full framework for setting up and getting good results with Meta Ads. Can work with any type of company. Specifically in this video, I'm going to be giving an example of a fencing company, but this can also work for window installations, blind installations, deck installations, anything of that nature. You just have to be able to apply your offer and target your customers. But this is the overall framework that all of these types of companies will use. So I'm going to be giving away all of this for free, this whole funnel from start to finish, how to actually come up with the offer, create the ads, and then close people in your calendar, hopefully getting you 5 bookings extra a month from this framework. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with the offer because this is really the foundation of your ads, and everything else in the ads can be perfect. But if you have a weak offer, everything else is going to fall through because this is the value that the customer is getting. So on this, we really don't need to reinvent the wheel. You can go to the Meta Ads library, which shows all of the ads being run on Meta currently. So you can go to Meta Ads, and I'll pull it up in another tab in a second, but it's just going to look like this. It's just going to have examples of ads that are currently being run. So when you get to the Meta Ads library, you're going to get to here. You're going to select a category, just going to be all ads. And then for this, we're going to look up fence installation because that's the ads we're going to be running. And then from here, you'll be able to see all of the ads that are being run with these keywords or for this type of company. And in here, it's sorted by the highest impressions at the top. And then what we're going to be looking for are ads that have been running longer for 3 weeks, because if ads have been running longer for 3 weeks, that means that the people running it are probably seeing a return from it and it's doing well from them and it's working. So we're going to want to go and replicate those types of ads for our company. So we're going to look for good offers here in the ad copy to see what other people are running. So this is a decent one here, no dig kind of offer, no mess. That's one offer that we could try if we offered that. Here's another one. This is last call for winter fence savings. So we could try and do something like this. It's been running since February, so that's good. It's been running for a while. And what we can do to try and look at this ad to see what they're doing is we can right click on it. We can press inspect. Okay, so what we can do is we can press this button here, and then we can hover over the video. We can click on this, and then the link above it will be the link to the actual video itself. So we can copy and paste this, put it in a new tab, and boom, it pulls up the link. So here we can watch the video. So see, they have their offer here, 60% off, and they're also using a good visual. The creative itself is a very important part of these ads. So you can see they're showing visuals of the fences, and I'll mute it so we can just watch it through. There's B-roll shots with a voiceover. So this is the majority of the winning ads here. See B-roll of the fences being installed, their actual work, and they're doing a voiceover of how it works and what their offer is. So we can recreate this exact ad just with our own videos and with our own voiceover. And then when we get back to here, we can see that's an example of one offer, the 60% off. That's one offer. Offer 2 would be no dig. And then the third offer, we can just look around for another one. So now that we have our 3 offers, this one could be that 60% off from the video that we saw. This one could be the no dig offer. And then this one could maybe be a free estimate or something like that from other ads that we found in Meta Ads library. So now we've built a good foundation to actually put our ads on. So we know we have 3 offers that are being run in the Meta Ads library right now. People are getting results with them. We can go and take that and use that for our campaign. So with Meta Ads library, we found our offer, we got that, and now we're going to come up with the campaign. Typically what people do is they just start their budget off with $50 a day. That's a healthy amount of money to be spent to allow Facebook breathing room for its algorithm to really test things out and do its work and to get enough data so they know who to push your ads out to. So here we can come up with a video ad set, which an example is that video that I showed you. We can come up with image ad sets. So we can go back in Meta Ads library and we can look for ads that are just images. So we'll come up with about 10 ads. Usually what you want to do is for every $5 a day that you're spending, you want to come up with one ad. So if we're spending $50 a day, we're going to want to come up with 10 ads. So here we'll have 5 different variations of the video ad and then different variations of the image ads. And then what we can do in the Meta Ads campaign is we can set up 2 ad sets. So one of them will be a video ad set. We can tell Meta to spend $25 here, and then the other one will be an image ad set. We can tell Meta to spend $25 here. If we just had one ad set with all 10 of the ads, what Meta might do is it will only spend the money on the video ads. And so it won't really get a chance to test these ads down here that we want to test. So the same way that we found that video ad and we were able to look at it and see what they were doing, we could create video ad 1, and then we could find another one and create video ad 2. We can make a different variation of the ad. We can make a different variation with a different offer, and we can switch things around that way. And so that way, now we have our ads that we're actually going to be running in Meta. So just to recap, we've came up with our core solid offer that is working right now. We've came up with our ads that are proven to be working because they've been running for months in Meta Ads, in the Meta Ads library. And then after that, once you're driving traffic, people are looking at your ads, they're clicking on it, you're going to want to send them to a landing page or a lead form. Typically in the beginning, you're going to want to start out with a lead form just for simplicity's sake. You don't want to have too much friction to turn people away when they click on your ad. So once you start to do well and you want to get to those higher quality leads, or you want a very, very specific type of customer, then you can start sending them to a landing page where it's really going to be harder for them to get that quote. So you can really select who you want. But in the beginning, we're just going to want a lead form because it's very low friction and it allows for most people that you want to get a quote with little friction, and it's easy for them and it works. So you're going to set up the lead form here, and then it's going to send them to fill out all of their information, and then you'll get a notification. We're going to hook everything up to Go High Level. So you can see here in Go High Level, we have all of these sequences to follow up with people who fill out forms. And then you can also send them to book on your Go High Level calendar. So that's another thing that we can go over. But I want to show you this right here, which is actually closing the clients. So you've got the ads, you've got the traffic to the lead form, they fill out the lead form, and then in Go High Level, it sends them to book on your calendar to get their estimate. And then from there, they filled out a form and they've booked on your calendar. If they haven't booked on the calendar and they just filled out the lead form, then we have these automations, the SMS notifications and the email notifications to push them over the edge, to get them to book that estimate. However, what you're going to want to do and what is the most optimal is to call the leads right after they fill out this form. So after people fill out the form, they can go and book directly on your calendar, but a lot of them don't. So you're just going to get their contact information. You're going to get the details of what they're looking for and what they're looking to get. You're going to set up the lead form to qualify the leads. So some of you have issues with low quality leads. You're running ads and the leads are just not the type of person that you want. Maybe they're tire kickers, maybe they don't have the budget that they need, or they're just a pain and they aren't really looking for the exact type of fence that you sell. Whatever it is, you can set up your lead form to only capture the types of leads that you want and that you want to give estimates to and the jobs that you want to do. So you get the lead form, we set it up so you get a notification right away to your phone, and then you can get your phone and you can just call them right up and you can say, hey, I just got your form submission. I see that you're looking for X, Y, and Z. When would you be available to set up an estimate? And then you can go and book them on the calendar that way. So lead form, phone call, book them on calendar, just like that. That's the full funnel. If they don't pick up the phone, then we have SMS notifications and Go High Level too. So I'll pull this up right now. So this is the new lead SMS sequence right here. So this is a built out automation system to text people when they fill out the form. So you can see that the trigger is going to be form submitted, and then the action is going to be SMS. So it's going to send them a text. You successfully submitted an application for a fence estimate or whatever your company is, and then we'll be in touch shortly with more info. So that's when you go and call them on the phone. So now we've gone through this and you've seen how we can come up with the offer, we can come up with the ad campaign, the ad sets, and the actual ads themselves. We can send them to the landing page and we can qualify them how we want with the lead form. So you're getting the types of leads that you want. I talked to someone and they said that they're doing installations on homes only worth X value. So that could be something in the form that you put in there if you want. And then this is one of the most important parts. You're getting leads, people are filling out the form, but you need to close them. So you have to be calling them right away. That's why we set up the notifications here and go high level. So we have an automation here. So it's also form submitted, and then there's an internal SMS notification to you with their number, with their details, and what they're looking for, so you can reach out right away and text them. If you need any help, you can always just comment or message me. Some of you have my number. You can text me, and I'd be happy to help you get all of this set up.